How y'all doing? How y'all doing? And they're gonna be a hot topic. Please don't nobody get upset. Let's be open-minded because people have the right to have their opinions about anything in life. You know, whatever people's choices are, is their choices. What everybody belief system is the belief system. You have no right to cuss nobody out or go berserk because you lacking emotional intelligence. Now, me personally, if I had a young son, it'll never happen. Now, after the age of 18, when he grown, he can do and make his own decisions and choices. But at this age, my son will not be walking around like that. No. Me and the mother, if I'm not in the household, she raising a child, we're going to have a problem. Or my son will have to come and live with me. Now, once you get a certain age, you can make your own decisions. At this point in life, he's just being a little follower. And the mother or father, I don't know who raising him, they are condoning that shit. Because most of the time you see kids at an age like 3 to like 12, they just acting out on what they see other people do, images. Now after about 12 to 21, yes, they are follow, but they still start to think for themselves and making their own choices and decisions. But at that age, a child is not making that decision to dress like that. The mother is making a decision for him to dress like that, to put makeup on it, to put the dress on and stuff like that. So that's something that we should not even condone, changing somebody's sexuality. And also, how did he know he don't like girls? 'Cause at that age, I don't know if I was attracted to girls or not at 7 to 8 years old, but I knew they was different because I got sisters and they were treated differently. And I knew I had to act like a boy all the time because that was my father instilled in it, because my father raised me. So he don't even know if he's attracted to girls. He don't even know if he's attracted to boys. It's just something that somebody indoctrinated into this young man's mind. And it starts with the parenting. It starts with the home. So what are we gonna do, and what step would you take to make sure your son or your daughter will not go down that rabbit hole? And nowadays, the way society is set up, that it's a grand possibility that your son or your daughter might come out to be bi, because it's so acceptable in society now. And it's on all the video games, it's on all the different platforms, it's on all the different stores. It's on all the different stores. It's all over the place that people are basically seeing this stuff. And I don't think people should condone these actions, because if you are a person that's living for God, and God is your higher being, I don't think a person should actually condone this. But if you're a person who don't live for God, you're a person who live for your own existence, you're a person who live for the government and their policies, that's okay also. But by me being a God-fearing man, I think a boy should be a boy and a girl should be a girl. A man and a woman should be what they're born and raised to be. You know, if you think outside of that, that's still your choice. I still don't have no say-so on that. I don't have anything against it. Everybody like. But me personally, my son would never be put in that situation, because I'm going to shut that down. Now, if he choose to do certain stuff when he get a certain age, that ain't on me anymore. That's his choices. But by me raising him, I'm going to be raising a young man, a young boy, and turning him to a man. Now, he choose to go the other route, he's still going to be raised as a man. Now, whatever you do outside, closed doors, that's on you. I can't change that. But I would never indoctrinate certain stuff into my son or my daughter DNA, because I feel that it's okay. But some things in life, you might know that stuff is wrong, and you might say, oh, it's okay, everybody's doing it. So it's a problem with you from accepting what everybody do. When I was out there hustling, I knew this shit was wrong. I knew it was a possibility I was gonna get locked up. So when I got locked up, I didn't complain about, oh, the white man this, the white man do that. No, Tyrone, you picked that package up, you went out there and sold that shit, and you got incarcerated. So I had to accept that. And nobody twisted my hand, nobody pushed me into it, none of that shit. I decided to make them choices and decisions because I decided to make them choices and decisions as an adult. My parents would have never let me do any criminal activity as a kid. My parents weren't gonna let me jump off the porch as a kid. My parents weren't gonna let me be disobedient as a kid. My parents were gonna make me take my ass to school and get good grades as a kid. So it's all on parenting. Now, once a person get a certain age, they can make their own choices and decisions what the hell they want to do. But should no parent be making an unconscious decision because this is their thought process. Even if I'm a father, even if I was out there hustling, I still wouldn't want my kid to be what's up, dog? I still wouldn't want my kid to be a hustler because why would I want my kid to be put in harm's way, knowing that it's a possibility he go to prison, be unalive, or he might start using his product. Right? Why would I want my child to be just like me when I know I'm going out that rabbit hole? If I'm hustling, I'm trying to hustle to make sure my child don't have to have the same upbringing and lifestyle I had. If your son is still doing the same thing as you did, that tell me you wasn't a good parent and you didn't do good at your hustle. Because if you grew up in the ghetto and you hustling and you still in the ghettos and your son end up following and emulating you, being in gangs and hustling, you fail as a father. You fail as a parent. Because if you hustling, you should try to build an empire and put them in a suburb, send them to private school, send them to Ivy League colleges. If not, you're a failure. You didn't do anything good if your kids have a hood mentality. And you work hard to get the hood even with your job or your hustle. I worked extremely hard to get myself right. Even when my daughter came out being gay, I didn't trip. She said, it was she about 17. Her mother said, I said, where Viv at? She said, she with her girlfriend. I said, all right, tell her, I said, what's up? Her mother said, she with her girlfriend. I was like, all right, she with her girlfriend. And I said, oh shit, like girlfriend. She said, yeah. So I had a talk with her, and we came to, I can't tell nobody what to do, but she got it mad at me because she said, well, she gay because of God. I said, well, I ain't going against God. I said, God don't do that. And she got upset with me, and I was cool with that because at the end of the day, if you get upset, that's on you. I'm not going against God for no one. No one. I would never go against God for nobody. So what you believe in, what you choose to do, I'm okay with that. But you got to be okay with that. And most people ain't okay with that. That's why they try to force it down your throat. They try to make sure we got to kindly talk about it. They're like a person was hustling in the 80s. It's 2025. You still talking about the 80s shit. They kindly trying to put that shit in our mind, make it acceptable because they not happy on who they are. Wearing this to school is a no. I can't see your name. Oh, JC. JC. But don't forget JC. Everybody follow JC. Everybody follow JC. But you gotta understand. Who is buying an outfit for this little boy? Who is buying an outfit for this little boy? It gotta be the mother or father buying the outfit or the grandparent. But somebody that's an adult with an income is buying these uniforms. No, my son won't be wearing it at the school. And the mother should let him do it. Because if you feel that your son might be gay, you still can put him in boy clothes. Wear a little man daddy. Want baby love. But see, want baby love to me is funny because even when I was growing up, I had gay people in my family. But they didn't walk around like that. They didn't try to sit there and make us feel a certain way. Now with society, they trying to push that agenda so bad that they don't want nobody to have an identity when it come down to being male or female. The son got his whole life to respect if he want that when he grown. Right, JC? But like I said, I guarantee you the mother is gay. Or somebody in his family, grandparents, whoever raised him is gay. Because a conscious black woman, a conscious mother, a conscious father, they ain't gonna let him do that because they gotta know that he playing shit off of fast stuff he's seeing. Fake AI situation, conversation, click like, engagement. Well, you don't see white folks doing this. Well, you do see them doing it. If you sometimes you see stuff online, so they do have children out there. But me personally, I would never let that happen because I want my child to grow up with his own identity, and I don't want my child to be making bad choices and decisions, at that age. I'm not going to let them get high. I'm not going to let them drink. I'm not going to let them smoke. I'm not going to let you drive a car. So I'm not going to let you do this also. I see the mystery. I am. Hey, everybody follow I See the Mystery. Follow Koga Ye. Follow Granny Panties. Hey, Granny Panty. You got to need reconstructive surgery early. Everybody follow JC. It's 102 people that tap the screen and get the likes up. It's also a follow for follow. When you see people make comments on the wall, please follow them. When you tap the screen, I can give you a shout out. When you see people on the wall, I can give you a shout out. Follow Simmons, follow Tracy Talk. Exactly. You have to be the leader. Yes, but nowadays, the parents are so caught up. That's why I said most likely whoever raising him, they gay or lesbian. Because even if I was a gay man or a lesbian woman, I'm still not going to let my child act that out, because at the end of the day, you still put them in a sexual connotation, what they thinking about, what they want to do and what they want to be. So I'm not even going to bring that out like that. Sad parent don't teach kid anything, just let kids decide what they want to be. Well, See the Mystery. Everybody follow See the Mystery and follow RN. Raina RN. See, one thing about that, don't forget, the child might be acting a certain way, but the parent is acting on it, because the parent don't have to sit there and condone that bullshit. Even if the parent is doing it themselves, the parent still got to say, you know what? I'm not going to let my son or daughter go down this rabbit hole. Yes, sir, there's a strong political and social agenda turn. I should know. But GT Bugs, everybody follow GT Bugs. GT Bugs. Don't forget, it started getting real known and mainstream under the Obama administration. He started pushing it. The LGBT community. He gave them more rights than African Americans. And also, he gave them the privilege to get married, man on man and woman on woman, inside of a church. He did that and made it a federal law. So, and then the Democratic Party just kept running with it with the Biden administration. So they had 12 years to indoctrinate this shit into society, and also with the culture and with the media. And also they got a lot of influence because a lot of them have money. You know what? I just can't do this. This is real picture. What the fuck? Yasmin. Everybody follow Yasmin. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. You have a cable scar. What's a cable scar? What that mean? Hey, King, what the cable scar mean? Everybody follow King. Anybody know what the cable scar mean? Because I don't. When she was early, hold up. When she was early enough to watch, she picked out the boy toys. Yeah, but that's okay. You picking out boy toy, but I'm still not going to let my daughter walk around dressing like Mike Tyson. I'm just ain't going to do it. You're still going to be wearing dresses. Your ass can play sports, but you're still going to wear dresses. You get 18. You make your own decision. I'm not going to let you walk around like a dude. And she, only issue, I see how high the skirt is. So you don't have an issue with how high the skirt is, but you don't have an issue that a little boy walking around with his hands on the hip with a dress on. Okay. That finance. That kid is tutti frutti. Leave it alone. Bond 007. Follow Bond 007 and follow Finance. Where's the father? Dre Way, I'm not sure. Sometimes the father still can play an active role in the child's life, but it all depends how the mother carrying it. Because I know some people that end up having a gay child, a boy, and the father was acting in their life and acting all the children in life. But when the mother is doing that in front of the kids and have a lesbian relationship and having people around them, the kids see this, so it automatically starts confusing them. So no matter what the father say, it's a grand possibility that the son might go that route, because that's all the son gonna be seeing. Now that the daddy take the son and being getting dressed and drag, it's two different things. Yes, it is. It's two different things. But Jim, even if the father taking, if the father go against the grain and try to change him at a certain age, the son gonna dislike him. Then the mother gonna jump back into it, so it gonna call a family. The family dynamic's gonna be fucked up, and more likely the mother gonna roll with the son. They said that boy gonna be tap dancing in grade school. Everybody follow Jim, dude. Everybody follow Derek. Everybody follow Sonny. Everybody follow Felicia. Let's tap the screen. Let's tap the screen. Let's get the lights up. It had nothing to do with having a father. It had nothing to do with having a father. It's in your black genetics. No, that bullshit, Jacob. Now you saying some shit called Jacob. I feel by you saying that, Jacob, you're bigger than a racist, Jacob. I don't even know you. Because you said it's in our black genetics. So that just tells me you're a racist, Jacob. I had a cousin that did this nonsense because she wanted a daughter. Wow, 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 wow. Hey, Lisa, the lioness, if your cousin did that because she wanted a daughter, your cousin is mentally destroyed. That woman had to do better. Her parent had to do better. Forever schooling her dad. Who was that said that? Sasha. Everybody follow Sasha. This is not okay. This is not okay. Give him a chance to be a man. Not your average Joe. Follow average Joe. Follow Scrubs. Sad. The dad is the one who dresses him this way. What the fuck are y'all talking about? The dad already made a video. What is the dad doing that? That just tell you what kind of father he is. And most likely he gay. Because nowhere in the world a real man gonna dress his son like that unless he niggling and dabbling. So, trust me, the father is on that shit. IT little bro, now while he's young, that this is the way. Hold up. IT little bro, now while he is young, that this is not the way as a young male. Yes, but like, if my man is correct, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. He said the father is the one posted the picture. The father dressing like that. And I guarantee you, and I don't even know the father, and I ain't seen the article, and I ain't seen who actually posted, but I guarantee the father is gay. And the father can do what he wants. But just really think about it. What father would do that? This is not okay. Miss America. No, it's not. Everybody fight Miss America. Let's tap the screen. Let's tap the screen. Get the lights up. Kids are very resilient. But we live in a white perverted nation pushing the agenda. Well, it got pushed under the Barack administration. He started pushing it real hard. And now this is here to stay. Because now they have rights. That's why they got so many parades. They got Pride Month. You know, they get more stuff than any other nationality. The veterans only get one goddamn day. And we serve this country. Creating the spirit of the living God. Father Fest. Father Michelle. This has got to be AI. No, okay, just say it is AI. But we still know it's a situation somewhere in America or around the world that somebody is dressing a kid like that, because I didn't seen it before. Because look at the Dwayne Wade situation. Look at Charlene Torrison, the actress, when she adopted two African kids. Look at the way they've been raised. Absolutely lie. But you're right, women need to do better, and father. Yeah, we need to do better, because I'm not going to continue to confuse my child. Once you get a certain age, I'm going to let you make your own conscious decision, because you're old enough to do that. But I'm not going to let my child do certain shit at a certain age, because I know this shit wrong. I don't want you to have to even go through that shit of being harassed or being bullied because of your mixed identity. Somebody said, is that my son? No, fam. My son, my oldest son is 41. So, no, it's not. Well, 40. But you're right. Women need to do better. And father, that's your son. This is crazy, fam. Not your average Joe. I think it's a clever move to get into girl pants. What the fuck? Man, Jim, you ain't gonna get into no girl pants by acting like a girl. They ain't trying to mess with you. There's something wrong with them. Yet the world is extremely sick. Sparingly like vice. Bro, you keep saying the same thing. Is this your son? Okay, man, it's my son, man. Now you ain't got to take no more. Hey, y'all. Ro is want to keep saying to my son, hey, y'all, this is my son. My son going to a transition in life. I need some advice for my son won't have to do that. What do you think I should do as a father? Since Ro want to keep saying to my father, because he ain't got shit else to do. This is crazy, Lebanese Mafia. Hey, everybody, please tap the screen, But it's not my son, but I'm letting Ro know that nothing you can say on social media can get a real man upset. You know, it's a lot of people just be on here just extremely childish and immature as adults. Because I know it ain't kids. I don't have kids on my page. So some stuff that people saying feedback, you really be thinking about their consciousness, what kind of individual they are. It's not real. It's AI. No matter it's not real, but what you think about it though, Ultimate? Because Dwayne Wade's situation was real. They were dressing him like that as a kid. So This just say this is AI, but the Dwayne Wade situation with AI. Magic Johnson's situation with AI. Will Smith's situation is not AI. I'm not gonna condone none of that shit with my kids as kids. Getting high, drinking, partying, sex, sexual orientation, none of that shit. And ain't nobody gonna indoctrinate that stuff in my kids' mind. Like I said, when you get a certain age, I don't care what you do. You have the right to be and choose who you want to be. But at this point in your life, I'm making all decisions. I'm making conscious, sound decisions what your life gonna be like. Denise Smith, it's the parents. Everybody follow Denise Smith and follow Jimmy Jazz. Jimmy Jazz said, hell no. Who was that? Everybody follow Ismail, yeah, Queen. So Ismail, it's sad. Hey, you can't free ball in a skirt. Jim do say you can free ball in a skirt. This had to be AI. Follow Jim do, follow Cab. Get it, Queen. No. I'm not even gonna give you a shout out, user. When you say get it, Queen, I don't think that shit cool. I don't even think it's cute. Boost down. You can tell this is AI. Cause allow their kid to be whatever they like, and we're from a different culture. People keep saying this is AI. So what is the AI? But we know a lot of people who had kids that transitioning at this age. So what I'm making different AI. It's a topic about what would you do? And why would black women let our men be emasculated like that when they know at all times that we got to be masculine? Because that's what the white men been trying to do to us for centuries. They've been trying to destroy our manhood for they have a weak generation of black men that they can control. The white culture allow their kid to be whatever they like. We from a different culture. Yeah, well, don't forget, you start looking at these situations now, it's all over the world. It's all over the world now. Who was that? See the mystery, I am. Everybody see the mystery, I am. Let's tap the screen up to 5,000. Y'all, they keep tapping, tapping. Get the likes up. That's not cool. That's not AI. Well, everybody keeps saying it's not AI. But we know you can go online all day long and just Google it. I guarantee you can find a lot of kids dressing like that and it won't be AI. Boy in Irish. Follow Benny Jones. Mama, sister, please, we need some shame to come back. Well, ain't no more shame, because you look at the culture. I made a video earlier talking about how everybody walk around doing certain stuff. Pajamas on, with binders on, ass hanging out, showing his stomach. A lot of stuff y'all get a world too much access to, y'all. You know, you destroying yourself the way you act. Like, if a girl come around me, her ass hanging out, I'm not going to never respect you because I know what kind of woman you are. A woman come around and she's trying to show all her flesh, I'm not going to really respect you because I see what kind of woman you are. Cause why would a woman want to get a world asset to unless she's looking for somebody? And then most men ain't going to be, they might be turned on enough to fuck you, but most men don't want to see if women always showing all their skin. So when I see a woman doing that, I'm automatically kind of turned off. It's different. You at a beach or some shit at a pool party, but you just walk around society and you want everybody to see all your cleavage. It's something wrong with you. You lacking something. So I don't want to deal with people like that. This is tasteless. Hazel. Everybody follow Hazel. Ultimate villain. That sound trying to go. We were trying them to do things. You wouldn't let them to out of spite. What you mean by that? I understand what you mean, but elaborate. Because I want to know why you say that, Ultimate. And if you mean it like that, yeah, I'm going to roll with you on that. I'm going to be a dictator in that situation. A strong, hardcore, steel hand dictator. Please, we need some shame to come back. Shaking my head. That strong black man. This is AI. What the fuck is this? Scar. Scar said, what the F is this? Everybody please follow Scar. Bro, this is totally out of pocket. Everybody follow Jimmy Jazz. Jimmy, just really think about it, man. You got somebody, even dude like Dwayne Wade, when they start pushing that agenda, then I started seeing him wearing lipstick. I started seeing him doing his finger up pot. I started hearing interview when this woman saying some of the shit they be doing. That told me right there that he pushed that agenda. And he let Gabrielle push that agenda with him in his household. That shit wouldn't happen in my household when we're going to start talking about some transgender stuff, because there's no need to have that conversation. And if you do, we're going to shut it down till you get 18. Then you ain't got to have that conversation with me. You can make your own decisions and choices. That's not cool, man. That son kid, Scar, this real? Well, I don't know if it's real or AI picture. Some people say AI picture. But let's just focus on the topic. Because like I said, we can mention it all day. Will Smith's son, he was doing that at a certain age. Dwayne Wade's son, Magic Johnson's son. So it doesn't matter. But we know somebody on here right now knows somebody who's dressing their kid like that and it's a boy. Or they got a son, they dressing their son like a dude. I bet everyone wanted to go up his shirt. The whole story and picture is fake. You know, back in the 70s, you know, it was the first. It like that always, but it didn't come out like this. Yeah, Donna, because you know, Cole, one thing about life, we don't go around advertising that I'm heterosexual. I'm heterosexual. I'm bisexual. But they put in a gay agenda that they kindly trying to throw it down your throat. By them doing that, that tell you they feel that it's wrong. But they trying to convince people with the media and brainwash you to make you think that this shit is okay. And people fall into that trap. It would never be okay. It just got to the point that you gotta accept it, and if you don't accept it, they're gonna tarnish your career. They're gonna hunt you. They're gonna put you down. They're gonna say all kind of negative, bad shit about you that ain't even truthful because you had your own personal belief. That boy got confidence. You don't. Well, you're right. I don't have that kind of confidence. I don't see any black mother letting their child wear this to an elementary school. You'll be shocked, Autumn. Autumn, trust and believe. All you gotta do is Google it. I guarantee you, you'll find a black child walking to school looking like that. I guarantee you. Hell no, this is more Epstein footage. Who was that? Follow Trojan. That taps the screen. And follow, that follow the host. He's looking for a talking point. How do you get your land back? How do we get our land back? Start taking your money, your resources, start buying it up like they doing. Because they ain't giving it back to you. The primaries are here, right. The primaries are here, so they're going to start pushing racism, the gay agenda. They're going to start pushing everything except for some for African American. Only thing they're going to give her, they racist. But okay, just say they racist, but you ain't giving them nothing else. You ain't going to make no policy for us. You ain't going to make our schools and our communities better. Yo, what am I looking at? This little kid. Yep. Wow, no accountability. Heidi. It would never be no accountability when people accept anything that go on in society now. I ain't no demon. Who was that? Everybody follow Zach. Follow Zach. Where's his dad at? I'm not sure. I just seen this article and I wanted to talk about it. But I'm not actually sure if his father dressing him or his mother or they dressing him combined because they both in the household. I really don't know. But my conscience believe if a black man is a strong call heterosexual, I don't think he would allow his son to do that. What the fuck going on? Y'all tripping. Denise Smith. No, I'm not tripping. My son got 2 kids. That don't mean nothing though, but he got 2 kids. No, we ain't tripping. This is wrong. Don't let him wear a dress to go to school. Well, like I said, there's nothing you really can do about it, Cassandra, when the mother or the father is condoning this behavior. Who kid is that? Not sure. Chew. Everybody follow Chew. Now, this is so messed up. Is this picture real, bro? There's parents out here that did this. Actually, Jigga. Yes, there's parents out here doing that for real. 313. And trust me, they doing that in your community. If you work around kids like I work around kids, or you work in the school system, you're going to see it's a lot of that shit going on by the time they're in the 4th and 5th grade. And the parents know about it. And the parents are actually pushing it. And like, well, he identified like this or she identified like that. Man, my kid ain't going to identify as shit but a boy or girl till they get adults. I'm not letting the government, I'm not trading my kid to the fucking government. Is this picture real, bro? Is there a parent out there that actually did it? Yes, there's parents out here that actually did that, Jigga. 313. What part of Detroit you from, my brother? I'm from Ohio, Toledo. But my best friend, my partner now, they all live in Detroit. I'm up there a lot. They are. You teach your kids. Get it, Diva. Come on, user. You shouldn't condone this shit. Even if you do condone it, you shouldn't condone it at that age. Make sure y'all register vote. Reverend Gina, I do not vote because I don't believe in politics and I don't believe in the politicians. So I let the politicians do what they do because they all getting rich. They don't care nothing about the African American community. So I just stay out the politicians' way and let them just roll on their own. When they want my vote, they got to pay for my vote. I'm not giving my vote away free to the Democrat or the Republican Party. And we still living in poverty. We still got gang violence. We still got black on black crime. We still got the worst school system. We still got the worst stores and educational system in the world. So I'm not going to put myself in that situation. So I'm going to stay away from that. I'm going to stay 100% away from that. Make sure y'all register vote. So Regina, that's the only reason I don't vote. The best way to raise confidence in the boy is to take him to the beach and put him in Speedos. Hey, man, that's a European thing, Jim, dude. We don't wear Speedos over here. I like you, for you. Thank Denise Smith. But see, Denise, everybody follow Denise also. See, one thing about it, a lot of people are afraid to voice their opinion. A lot of people are afraid to say what's on their mind. See, I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind. And I don't care if people, what's up, dog? And I don't care if people dislike it. I don't care if people get upset. Because at the end of the day, I have the right to my opinion. And you're not going to persuade my opinion because I don't follow a group of people for what they think. I don't have a fucking herd mentality. A lot of people have a herd mentality. They just follow around anybody and everybody just to be accepted. I'm not in third grade. I'm not in high school. I see nothing wrong with the baby brother, Diva. Okay, Isaiah, that's on you, fam. A lot of people don't see nothing wrong with it, and you had that right. But me personally, me being a God-fearing man, I'm not going to accept none of that. And I would never accept my child doing it. Now, my child turned 18, 19, 20, 21. You do the fuck you want. But I'm not doing certain stuff. I'm not introducing my kid to nothing I know morally is not right. Even if you are in the LGBT community, you still got to say, well, I know this shit ain't right, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like when I said I was hustling, I know hustling was wrong, but I did it anyway. Sometimes you got to wake up and say that shit. Even you a Democrat, sometimes you got to say, well, I know the Democratic Party on bullshit, but I'm still a Democrat. You can't tell me that your level of consciousness is so low that you don't feel like none of this shit is wrong. Because if it wasn't wrong, it would have been around here for thousands years. This shit never been ordained in none of the 3 holy books. It never been ordained nowhere in the world but until Barack made it mainstream. People still was doing it, but they didn't try to put it all over the world. They weren't trying to reprogram people with the media. They weren't trying to take our kids away from us, saying my child can transition in school, that they don't have to tell a parent, and the school system don't have to inform the parent that they talking to my kid about that shit. No, don't talk to my kid about nothing like that. Period. They're far more likely to try to kill themselves if you don't let them express themselves. No, at least that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I don't agree with that. 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 Cause that means everybody would have been expressing themselves a long time ago. And the suicide rate would be just high. You got the suicide rate high for heterosexuals. Who people ain't trying to express themselves. If you're going to do something to yourself or somebody going to do something to themselves, they were going to do it anyway. If they're heterosexual or gay or bisexual. It doesn't matter. So I don't think by you trying to express yourself in a certain way, it's going to make you do something. If people say, no, you can't do it. Because we all try to do certain stuff. Our parents shut it down. And none of us took our lives. So I don't think that's true. But it's a possibility something will happen like that. They have a picture of both of them together, father and son. So that's true. Hasu. Is there any way you can post that picture or send it to my DM? Because I want to make a comment to his ass about that. That's why I said most likely if the father is doing that that means I feel the father is on that side too. So anybody can find that picture. Can you either post it on my wall or can you send it to my DM? Where the dad Well, Cashmere, B, right above you, said he seen a picture of both of the father and son together. The father dressing it like that. But I guarantee you, if the father dressing like that, the father's on that side. Say want our kid nowadays. Yes, sir. Alex, yes, sir. They're far more likely to try to kill themselves if they don't let them express themselves. I disagree. I see nothing wrong with the baby brother. Is this real? No way. It's true. Living in a hole. So, well, like I said, but Alicia, you can look it up on a heterosexual side too. It's gonna be a high level of people trying to express themselves on a heterosexual side that also unaliving itself. So anywhere you go, you're gonna find that on and on when it come down to people unaliving themselves. But I'm still ain't gonna let my son or daughter express themselves at a certain age because I'm not gonna condone that shit, and my kid ain't gonna feel that shit because I'm gonna do everything possible with my papa to shove them away from bullshit. And they come from the street culture, the gang banging, sexuality, sex, all that shit. I'm not gonna let my kids get caught up in that shit where they letting society, social media, video game project certain negativity into their minds. Just said I be allowed. You're what you were born until 18, then you can do whatever. Thank John. John Allison. Everybody follow John. And I said the same thing, John. If you get 18, do the fuck you want. You ain't gonna do that right now. You ain't gonna do that. At 18, you can do what you want, and I'ma roll with you. That's still my son, girl. That's still my daughter, boy. I'ma roll with you. But at this age, I'm not doing it because I'm not gonna be the parent who condones some Uncle Ruckus bullshit. Then y'all kids on bullying saying, oh, no, you do you think you make them depressed. Ain't nobody bullying. Well, listen, if you saying we weak and can't handle it, you might be right. I might be weak and I can't handle it. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But I'm also okay with being a God-fearing man, knowing that my son ain't supposed to be gay. I'm also okay, but knowing that my daughter ain't supposed to get, because I have a great gay daughter and I love her dearly, and she made them choices. When she came out, she was like 16. I told her shit ain't happening. So at 18, she can do the hell she want, what she do, and I'm 100% behind her. But I'm not gonna accept certain stuff. Like I ain't gonna accept my son hustling at 14. Okay, at least, would you let your son hustle at 8 or 9 years old? Would you let your son get high at 8 or 9 years old? Would you let your son drink at that age? Would you let your son shoot up at that age? Would you let your son and daughter have sex at that age? Because they trying to express themselves. If you don't let them do that, they might want to unalive themselves. So would you let your kid do all this shit? Because most likely, I don't even know you, most likely I know you get high. Because most people that born in the 80s, 90s, and 2000, y'all like to stay high. So most likely you got a kid, your kid is seeing you get high. So how you feel about that? Would you let your kid do all the shit they see on videos that projected into society by them expressing themselves? Say, I want to be Pookie on New Jack City. I want to be Pablo Escobar, Big Meech at 9 10 years old. You gonna give them a packet and let them start doing it? You're gonna say, hold on, let me buy you a pack. I need you to go in the backyard and build up your clientele. That's the same thing they doing right here now. So Alicia, so how you feel about that? So would you accept that? Your response for your child. They don't have the intelligence to at the age. John, hell no, they don't have the intelligence to at the age. Now, Lisa, you contradicting yourself. You saying, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not comparable whatsoever. Why is not comparable if my son is portraying an image or portraying to be something that he don't know nothing about at that age because it's being projected to him from his father or his mother or social media or mainstream media? Same way the drug culture, same way the gang culture. Because you had little kids out there that jumped out the porch at 10, 11 years old that hustle and got into the gang culture. You had kids that's 11 or 12 years old that get high every day. Because some of y'all started getting high at 12 or 13 and 7 or 8th graders on here right now and drinking. So, should me as a parent go buy the liquor? Should me as a parent get the cannabis? And should me as the parents get my son a red or blue flag and get him a tool for him going in the neighborhood, put work in? Because that's him or her expressing themselves. Exactly what you're saying. It's the same shit. All I'm saying is the parent is condoning this. This is so sad. Right, Florida, dog. Everybody follow Florida, dog. But see, Florida, you understand, man? I mean, man, a lot of people accept this stuff because they either doing it or whatever. Like I said, I have a gay grandson. I have a gay daughter. They can do what the fuck they want. They grown, but I would never condone that shit when they're young. Never. Never. Everybody follow Florida, dog. Never. But people can do what they want. Society is so demonic that they got people thinking that everything that they do is right. But all the shit they telling them to do that society saying is right is all negativity. Gang banging, prostitution, hustling, robbing, scamming, cutting out your private part, the alphabet people. Everything is negative. They ain't telling you to love God. They ain't telling you to take care of your household. They ain't tell you to get married. They ain't tell you to get an education. They ain't telling you to get a trade. They ain't tell you not to scam. They telling you all negative shit. So a kid hearing negative stuff from the age of 6 months old up to 21, what you think they gonna do? The agenda really got to start pushing hard and project it into society under Donald Trump, not Donald Trump administration, but the Barack administration. What's up? Under his administration. And that's bad because Barack really pushed that agenda. He really pushed that agenda. And it's scary how much more this agenda gonna get pushed. What do your kids think of you doing these lives? What do my kids think of me doing these lives? They gonna roll with me. Cause my kids are conscious thinking. My kids ain't gonna say the dad wrong. Cause my kids can think for themselves. And my grandson gonna say the same thing. He gonna say, my grandfather had the right to think the way he feel, but I still have the right to make my choice at 18. My grandson is my dog. My grandson hang out with me. My grandson dress like a female sometime. Or he might dress unisex. My grandson is part of my life. I don't have a problem with none of this shit my grandson do. And my grandson is my dude. If my grandson want to walk around that shit, he can, but he ain't going to be walking around me in no motherfucking skirt at 7. And they don't have a problem with it, Lisa, because they adults and they can think, and they not trying to push this down nobody's throat. They not trying to make nobody feel bad or guilty for how they feel. They just ain't going to do it. Nobody doing that bullshit. Okay. Nobody doing that. See, you trying to make somebody feel bad because most likely, and I don't even know you, most likely you on that side. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it if you gay, lesbian, trans, whatever, or bi. I have no problem with that. Because you the only one on here really pushing it, trying to make somebody feel guilty for the way they feel. It's not your kid. It's not your problem. Well, not my kid, it's not my problem, but a lot of things that we worry about is not our kid, not our problem. Like it's not none of your business what we talking about then. I've been with my man for 5 years. Now, okay, you been with your man for 5 years. Personal question. Don't get mad. And I had never been with a man before. Before you even add me back. Have you ever been with another woman? At least I'm traditional. Do what you want, but this is kid that don't matter. That don't know no better. Right, Florida? Do what you want, but a kid, nah, I'm against it. No. Yes, I have been with women before, a lot of women. But I never been with a man because I'm not bi and I'm not gay. So you haven't. So now ask your boyfriend or your husband if he's sitting next to you or texting, how would he feel if y'all had a son, he was 7 years old, how would he feel you putting a dress on his son? And see him respond. I guarantee he roll with me. If he's a real man, he gonna roll with me. If he's a puppet and he's a what's up, John? If he's a beta man, he gonna roll with you. Cause ain't no real motherfucker gonna roll with you. Period. And he loved it. Okay. When you put it on the internet, you make it anyone's business. Right, that's why I can do that legally. It's my business because somebody put it on the internet so I can talk about it. Thank you. I'm just like the sports media. I'm just like the news. Once it's out there, I can talk about it. So you saying, at least you saying your boyfriend Love that picture of that boy in a dress. If he is, I guarantee you, you better watch your boy, your boyfriend. So you and your man had a conversation that many times about little boy dressing like girls. Wow. And he agreed with it. Wow. Trust me, you better watch him. I believe in traditional relationships. He doesn't care what the kid is as long as it's healthy. Man, like I said, and I guarantee, hey, Florida, if I was your dude and you showed me a picture with like that, and I said, I'm cool with that, I ain't got no problem with no kid dressing like that, how would you feel about your man saying that he cool with that kind of shit if he raising a son, Florida? See, hell no. That's why I said, if your man saying that, your man can get flipped. Ain't no real man gonna be okay with his son being like that. I'm not. We live in Massachusetts. Chill that fucker here. Many resources. I've been to Massachusetts. Massachusetts, a very racist state too. It ain't about the resources. What the resources got to do with a man sitting here talking about he cool with that? I would never be cool with my son doing that shit as a kid. Emily Watkins, right. If anybody on here have a husband or a boyfriend or a boy toy who they just having sex with, if you have a conversation saying it's okay for that little boy to be dressing like that, it's okay. If he had a son that is dressed his son like that, run away from that man. Because that means he messing with men. And you don't want to end up putting yourself in a situation where you're in a hospital because of that. I had to be honest. People don't know, but he is very dangerous health-wise. Yes, he is. Very dangerous health-wise. Because if he start getting older and go that route and don't sit there and strap up, it's a possibility he can get HIV like anybody else can get it also that's heterosexual. Because I seen an article, they said Atlanta got the highest rate of HIV in the United States. When you go to Atlanta, D.C., D.C., San Francisco, you see a high concentration of African-American men that's on that shit, and most of them ain't strapping up. To me, it's disturbing. Well, like I said, after I got older, I don't really care, but as seeing young kids doing it and getting done to it, it really concerns me. It really concerns me. And I feel sorry for the young man because he ain't getting a chance to identify and express himself even as a boy. He missing out how fun it is to actually be a boy. He missing out how fun it is to play sports. He missing out how fun it is to actually be around a group of boys that acting like boys. That you gotta always go around girl with your nail polish on, your makeup on, your short ass school dress. So he never really gonna have a chance to experience that because his mother or father, they experimented with that boy's sexual orientation. Well, Florida, somebody said they seen a post that the father with the little boy, that the father be dressing a boy like that. So the father, to me, my opinion, I might be wrong, Florida, if the boy father is dressing him like that, I think the boy father is gay. Is gay. Gotta be. And if the mother is not, and the mother see that, the mother shouldn't condone it. But if they both condone it, they doing that kid a disservice. Because they ain't giving that boy the opportunity to even express himself to be a young boy. Because he ain't going to the Boy Scouts. He ain't climbing trees. He ain't trying to work on a car. He ain't out there wrestling his homies and boxing. You got him acting too feminine. If my little sister was tomboys, they end up coming out getting married and having kids. You ain't letting the little boy letting him express himself from some shit that he's seen on social media or some stuff he's seeing that the father or the mother is doing in the household. So I don't know who is actually dressing a boy like that, but morally, mentally, I think it's wrong. Because mentally, you're fucking him up, and morally, I think it's wrong because you're going against the doctrines of God. Yeah, you have a good day too. Everybody follow Elise. If I'm saying your name wrong, young lady, I apologize. Everybody follow Elise. And thanks for the feedback. But like I said, don't nobody take the conversation personal. Don't nobody get upset about what we talking about. Cause at the end of the day, we just having a dialogue. Because people can believe what they want and people can have their thoughts. You know, so should nobody get mad. Hey, Florida, what part of Florida are you from? What part of Florida are you from? Are you Cuban? You look Cuban. Hola, ¿cómo está? Yuba City, Tampa. Y'all know where that's at. Are you Cuban? You said this is weird. My cousin used to have a club down there when he played pro football. 911 West Virginia. He got a couple bars in West Virginia and a restaurant. His name was Bay Smoke. He used to play for Tampa Bay. I had 2 boys. Absolutely not. Right. Are you Cuban and Italian? Do you speak Spanish? Do you speak Italian? Like you said, I have a son. I had nephew, grandnephews. I have a grandson that's gay. I don't have a problem with my grandson do. Because he grown. But if he's a kid, he ain't going to come around me acting like they ain't going to act like a boy. Period. Oh, that's good. Then you might let you. Me too, I'm happy. How many kids you have? You know I'm getting nosy. I had 3 adult children. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, because last time I went to Orlando, I drove down to Tampa and seen my people. Then I went to St. Petersburg, Clearwater. You know, like I said, cause I usually stop over in Atlanta, Orlando and stay there and just drive on down the coast. I get 4 trips in one. My boy, that's 6 and 8. I'm from PA. What part of PA? I got people in Pittsburgh, and I got people in Chester, Pennsylvania. And I got people from Philly. Nice. Where are you from? I'm from Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, I know where Harrisburg at. I've been through there. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. It's like about 40 minutes away from Detroit. We in a good situation. We like 40 minutes from Detroit, 2 hours away from Abidjan. We 2 hours away from Columbus. We like an hour and a half away from Cleveland, 3.5 hours away from Chicago, 3.5 hours from Cincinnati. We centrally located. We in a real good situation. When you from Toledo? Yeah, from Toledo, Ohio. But I had lived in California also. Then I ended up coming back to Ohio for business decision. So I ended up opening a barbershop, beauty salon here, and a behavioral health agency, and also some group homes. So I made a conscious decision to come back. It was easier for me to get off my foot and get myself together in Toledo. And the people who got me going, they were from here. And it been a little harder for me to get that shit going in California. So it was a good move for me to come back from LA. And then LA, you know, it was extremely violent place. You got to be on your P's and Q's. So I lived outside. I lived in Orange County. It's very expensive. And they really kill you on your taxes. So I was making like $250,000 out there. Shit, but you taking half of that, I would come home like about $160,000. And then the cost of living with housing and shit like that, it's just ridiculous. So you make $250,000 in Toledo, the cost of living so low. You know, you can get a house in a suburb for $200,000 or $300,000 here. You know, you can get a $500,000 house in the suburbs here, and like a $1.5 million house in Orlando, Tampa, or Clearwater. So California is very expensive. That's why you got a lot of businesses leaving and going to Texas. The taxes are extremely high. You know, it ate my paycheck up. But like I said, it was a good move that I came back here. Not really like Toledo, because Toledo's smaller, cleaner, less violent. You ain't got to be watching over your shoulder everywhere you go. You can go in almost every neighborhood here. In California, you can't do that because they can mistake you for somebody. And you don't want to put yourself in that situation being a mistake for somebody and being unalive. You can't wear certain clothes, certain logos on hats. It's just too much politic bullshit. It's just too much going on out there. And I just love the feedback. I really appreciate everybody giving some positive feedback. I really appreciate that because I'm saying certain stuff that don't mean I'm right. And I never want to feel that I'm being right. I don't never want to feel that I'm trying to bully anyone or put anyone down, because people have the right and the choices You see, I'm just saying how I feel about certain stuff. So, and I'm also gonna say if I offended anybody, I will humbly apologize. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's not my right or my duty or my intentions to put anyone down or slander anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just expressing myself. So like I said, if I say anything wrong to anybody, I apologize. But I still should have the right to have my belief system. And I ain't gonna say that my belief system is always right and not gonna always be correct. But I still have the right to feel the way I do, and you have the right to feel the way you feel. And I appreciate everybody, man, coming here rocking with me. So I'm gonna go down the wall and call out 9 people. Follow Florida Doll, follow Keisha, follow Netta Baby, follow Way, follow Sunray, follow Mango, and follow Rodney Lee. That tap the screen. Everybody, y'all should be picking up 10 new people. It's no excuse for you not to be picking up 10 new people. You should be picking up 10 new people, everybody. And follow Nikki 442. Everybody should be picking up 10 new people on here. There's no excuse. Because every time I tell people when I go live, I want people to interact with me, the host, if I can give you a shout out. Because my duty is to try to help you build your account like I'm trying to build mine. But my thing is, I tell people, I don't follow a lot of big platforms. Because just say Earn Your Leisure or Kim Kardashian, LeBron James. They got 80 million followers, but they following 3 people. Earn Your Leisure might be following 100 people, because all the people they following, celebrities that the ass kissing. You know, Wall Street Trapper, he might be following 15 people because he kissing the ass. You know, so they ain't gonna follow you back. So I don't follow people like that. Because my thing is, if I give you a follow, you should follow me back. I got almost 10,000 followers, and on TikTok, you only can follow 10,000 people. You only can follow 10,000 people. Hey, Lee, they said the father dressed him like that, but like I said, my thought is the father dressing the little boy like that, I think the father on that side of the, playing field. And like I said, I'm not trying to put the father down, but that's some diabolical shit that a man that's a real man, that's 100% heterosexual, would even put his son in a dress. Yes, nigga, destroyed, right. And Rodney. Now, if the father is bi or is 100% G-A-Y, I can see that he's doing the bullshit because he's trying to have a little partner. But you're a heterosexual man. I can't speak for no other culture, but I know that shit ain't happening in the African culture. It don't happen a lot in African American household with the father being present. It don't happen in a lot of Latino household, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban. It don't happen in the Haitian households. It don't happen nowhere in Islamic world. That shit is underground. They pushing the demonic shit, and if a father is pushing that, he tripping. Like I said, I gotta look it up and see can I find it. Everybody follow Red Deuce. Now, once I find it, I'll post it, and we can have another conversation about that, if the father right or wrong. But until I find that picture myself, I'm not going to say it's the father's fault or the mother's fault, because I don't really know who pushing this agenda with this child. Because a couple of people said it was the father. But like I said, I really don't know. But once I find out, trust and believe, I'm going live. I'm going to make sure it be a hell of a live. Because I want to know, why would you even push this bullshit? I don't get it. And you know it's crazy. I've been sitting in my car an hour talking about this shit. And the reason I've been sitting in my car an hour talking about this shit, because when I first seen it yesterday, I was so confused, so baffled, but I didn't have an opportunity to go live because I was working with the youth. Because if you go to my page, some people go to my page, in May of this year, I had started, well, they already had a behavioral health agency, but I started an after school program teaching jiu-jitsu and judo and wrestling. That's some of my background. So we started in May the 11th. So we're working on the 3rd month right now, and the kids are coming along. So a lot of time at night, I'll be with the kids. When I leave, I'll be extremely tired because I also get up in the morning and run and work out. Then I also come to the shop because, like I said, I'm a master barber and have other things to do. So if a lot of time I was too stressed out last night to even go live on it, you know, because like I said, I was extremely tired. I don't want to talk about this shit. So today I'm fresh. I worked out already. My first appointment at the shop ain't until 1 o'clock. I'm gonna be up here at 7. I don't have to worry about the after school program, and behavioral health agency closed every Saturday and Sunday, so them days are. And the group home run 24/365, but I don't have to be there because I own them. So there's a lot of stuff that I just never, ever gonna agree with. You know what I'm saying? So more likely, if I find a picture of his father, or somebody find a picture of his father with him dressing him like that, please send me that picture, so I can go live with it and talk about it. Because I want everybody's opinions on this, and I want to know why it's so acceptable for. What up, Unc? I want to know why it's so acceptable for people to go through that. What up, Unc?
What's happening?
I'm on here going live. Cause you see how a lady and a man is dressing their son sitting in school, so we having a live dialogue about that.
It's a little girl.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
Yeah, so we having a live discussion. I say it's wrong. For me believing in God is wrong, but people can do what you want. What shop you at? It's called Agent D's Barbershop on Door Street. Rodney Lee. Now, Rodney, like I said, I believe it's wrong. I know Greg gonna believe it's wrong, but you can do what you want as an adult, but I'm not gonna dress my son or grandchild like a girl. I'm not doing
Nah, I wouldn't either. I mean, if you're a God-fearing man and you read the Bible, it speaks against that also.
Mm-hmm.
But today, you know, people believe what they want to believe. But if you're a Christian and believe in the Bible, you know, a man or a son is born a son, and a girl is born a girl.
Hey, this mother said, that's not your child. Mind your fucking business.
I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just giving you my opinion.
No, you're gonna have to speak because see, whoever said that JT, you must agree with it. He can do what he want at 18, but a parent shouldn't dress a boy like that. Like I ain't gonna dress my daughter like a dude. Why are they doing it to this kid? It's sad. Yes, it's very sad because they confusing him. Put makeup on that boy and get a nails done. He's walking around with girl clothes on. It's very confusing.
You know, when I grew up, this kid, they called sissies. You know, they act like girls. They still dress like boys, but I never knew what happened to them after adulthood.
Right.
I knew they hung around all girls and talked like a girl. You know, but I mean, I don't try to tell nobody how to raise their kid. You know, I raised mine to the best of my ability.
1.9, almost 2,000 viewers. What's it like? On that stuff.
Yeah, people gonna have opinions.
Right. And nothing wrong with having an opinion, but at the end of the day, people shouldn't get mad when you have your opinion. I believe in God, but whatever a person do as an adult, you do. But that kid should not be able to make no choices and decisions about what they wear. My son ain't gonna wear certain stuff. My daughter ain't gonna wear certain
And
stuff.
once they grown, they do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my son wanted tattoos. You're not getting none until you get out the house.
Mm-hmm.
And the day my son turned, or I said 18, excuse me. But when my son turned 18, he went and got a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't gonna get one before then.
Right.
You know, so I raised him. Now I got him. They both my sons got tattoos. I probably wish they didn't.
Right.
Now,
Right.
I don't know.
I got no tattoo, couldn't get tattoos, and I didn't get no earrings till I came home from prison because my parents wouldn't let us get earrings growing up. My sisters had earrings, but the boys couldn't have them. So I got earrings as an adult.
Yeah, I never even thought of it there, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll let you go.
I thought you like, thank you.
I'll let you.
Okay. So I'm sorry about that, but that's my uncle. No, he just came and dropped off the check. So like I said, I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm about to shut it down because I got to go in here and get ready and set up and everything. But like I said, I appreciate everybody coming in. I appreciate the feedback. Everybody follow Nikki, follow Rodney Lee, follow Beauty and the Beast. Rodney, my fault again. The shop at 3051 Dora Street, Toledo, Ohio. Follow Beauty and the Beast. Follow Red Dude. Follow Netta Baby. Follow Smooth Criminal Keisha. Follow Black J. Follow Dorothy. Follow Cardell. Follow Joanna. Follow Megan Davis. Follow Tiffany. Hold on. Follow Two Fly, I think. I can't tell the same. I'm sorry. Follow Amber. Follow Wardell. Follow Evelyn Simpson and Next Level. That tap the screen real quick before I shut it down. But please follow. Y'all pick up somebody. Y'all should be picking up 16 new people. I should be picking up 16 new people. It's how we build our accounts. And if anybody find a picture of that young boy with his father and the father dressing him like that, please send it to me. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to shut it down. I love y'all. Y'all have a safe day and stay prayed up.